Are you a dumb little toxic hoe? Do you keep running through these boys like Usain Bolt? Are you getting played every time? Well, look furthermore. This book is for you, bitch. You can read anybody, goddamn. Never be lied to, fooled, or taken advantage of again. Yo, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, Book Reviews with Moises. Today, we're gonna be reviewing You Can Read Anyone by David J. Lieberman. This book was actually in the discounted area, like right when you walk in, there's like a discounted area of books, and this book was actually like only like $6, $7, $8, I think so. And I saw it and I was like, hey, I could use this kind of information to my advantage. I love psychology, I love behavioral science. So I picked up the book, I took it home, I started reading it. It really taught me a lot, and I'm gonna tell you guys what I learned from it. So what's in the book, guys? There's actually 2 sections to this book. So section 1, chapter 1, is this person hiding anything? Chapter 2, thumbs up or down? Does he like it or not? Chapter 3, is she confident or just trying to play it cool? Chapter 4, how are things really? Chapter 5, gauging interest levels. Is he interested? Or are you wasting your time? Chapter 6, ally or saboteur? Whose side is she really on? Chapter 7, emotional profile. Learn how safe, stable, and sane a person is. And for section 2, chapter 8, snap is not based on personality. Chapter 9, the primary colors of thought. Chapter 10, how and why we think what we do. Chapter 11, the impact of self-esteem. Chapter 12, does he have high self-esteem or is he just pretending? Chapter 13, the self-esteem detector, determining a person's level of self-esteem. Chapter 14, 3-type profile. Chapter 15, the art and science of profiling, real world examples. Alright guys, so what is this book really about? I'm gonna tell you straight up, a lot of what this book really consists of is body language. Body language is everything. The significance of body language is that it's autonomous within everybody. We show body language in every which way, from our head cues to our eye cues, to our hand cues, and to our shoulder, where our shoulders are positioned, where our feet are positioned. A lot of what this book really talks about is body language and determining how a person may be feeling or if they're lying to you. Cues are really important. And when I say cues, I mean an eye cue, or maybe a lip cue, or maybe a eyebrow cue in a conversation with somebody, and maybe trying to get some kind of information out of them. And maybe you're just suspicious of them. Maybe you feel like you're being deceived. My 3 favorite chapters. My first favorite chapter, the primary colors of thought. The primary colors of thought really exemplifies the idea of colors and someone's mental stableness. So if blue represents confidence and red represents self-esteem, then with these primary colors, you can paint and color and identify what a person is feeling. And with that, you can use it to the extent of every single person that you meet. You're basically painting a personality with the input that you get. So one person may be more green than the other. One person may have low self-esteem while the other has high self-esteem. The primary colors of thought really taught me how to paint a person based on their mental stableness. My next favorite chapter is chapter 7, determining someone's emotional stableness. A lot of what this book talks about is self-esteem. When a person shows low self-esteem, it signifies a lot within their mental stableness on an emotional level, psychological level, and physiological level. When a person has high self-esteem, it signifies a lot of what their mental stableness is like. In this chapter, they also talk about how different people come from different places and how it can create their perspective on how they view life. That can create either a stable mental level or an unstable mental level. My next favorite chapter is chapter 10. In chapter 10, they really dig deep on the idea of the power of perspective and what self-esteem and the ego really is. The ego is primarily a self-concept of our beliefs, values, and behaviors. The ego filters our world. They also go deep on the idea of how a person would act with low self-esteem versus high self-esteem. It really dictates how we view our reality, not only of ourselves, but of other people. That's why I really like this book a lot. It taught me a lot about what self-esteem is. Not only that, but the ego and the body, and what some people seem to believe, the soul. Who should read this book? The people that should be reading this book is someone who feels like they've been deceived too many times, somebody who feels like they've been taken advantage of too many times. It could be this book is for a person like that. Someone who doesn't want to be deceived as easily as they would as before. With this book, you can tell like that if someone is trying to deceive you, lie to you, or take advantage of you. Through confidence levels, through self-esteem levels, through level of interest, to eye cues, to head cues, to shoulder cues, to feet cues. All of this really determines what a person is trying to show. And it also talks about how you can determine what a person is thinking. Would you buy this book? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you next time for Book Reviews with Moises.